So, the power transferred from generator to infinite bus will be given as E into V divided by X sine delta. E into V divided by X sine delta, where X will be the total reactance, total reactance from here to here, from generator side to this infinite bus. Okay, the total transfer reactance. Okay, clear? Hello, hello, my voice is audible?
Hi, sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
Now I can hear you. My voice is audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Okay, okay,
Sir,
okay,
you can hear me, right?
okay. Yeah, yeah, sometimes your voice is getting blurred. Mm.
Okay, I'll change the settings. 1 second, sir. 1 second. 1 second.
Now it's why your voice is coming clear. My
Sir, what
voice is
about?
clear.
Yes, sir. Your voice is clear.
Okay, okay.
Sir,
Now it's
now
clear.
this is okay. Okay, sir.
Yeah, tell me. Yeah, now it's clear, I think. Okay. So this is the power transfer equation from G to from generator to the infinite bus. This was for the pre-fault condition, before fault. Now when the fault occurred, so you have to see the three condition: pre-fault condition, during fault condition, and post-fault condition. Okay,
Yes, sir.
understand? Hello. Okay, you have to see the three condition: pre-fault condition, during fault condition, and post-fault condition. So pre-fault condition, you write the equation. What is the pre-fault condition equation? What is the power transfer equation from during pre-fault condition? Then during fault condition, what is the equation? So here the during fault, a fault has occurred at bus 1, so the voltage has become 0. So this at this particular condition, the power transferred is actually 0 during the fault. During the fault, no power is getting transferred during the fault. Okay, so now coming to the post fault condition, only one line is operational. Only one line is operational. So power is transferred from G to this through this one line, from this transformer and this one line. So your X is going to change. So hence your power curve, P delta curve is going to change. So here you have, here you also you have three three scenario. One is post fault scenario, one is during fault scenario, that is 0, that the power is 0, and another is post fault scenario. Okay, so that's why we have gone to this was the post fault. At this point is the initial pre fault point. During fault point, during fault point is this, up to here, during fault point. Now you have to calculate the question is telling that the circuit breaker, the no, sorry, the fault is there for 3 cycle. So you have to delta 1, you have to calculate delta 1, you have to calculate by that method. What is the delta after 3 cycle? What will be the delta after 3 cycle according to that equation? Okay, this one. Okay, so after calculating delta after 3 cycle, then at the 3 cycle the fault get cleared. It means the point get jumped to this graph, this P delta curve, because this is the post P delta curve, which is E V divided by
Sir,
X
the
dash.
fault,
Suppose the
sir, the fault gets cleared means you'll go back to pre-fault conditions, right?
when fault get cleared, then we will go back to the post fault condition. This is the curve, the sky blue color curve is the curve for post fault condition.
Okay, sir, because after the fault it's cleared, so that means there's no more fault anymore, right?
Yes, no more fault, but the line is only one line is operational, and that is without fault.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
understood? Yeah. So this way, and in this question, the question asks what will be the when the fault get cleared after 3 cycle, after 3 cycle. Yeah. use equal area criteria to determine the maximum value of the generator power angle delta. Maximum value of the generator power angle delta. So what can be the maximum value of generator power angle delta? So we have to determine this angle. This angle we have to determine, means at what is the maximum value. So this will be the, so you have to first, this area A1 area and A2 area will be equal, so you have to equate this area. So what is the A1 area? What is the A1 area? This is the area between this this line, this line, the area between this line, the red line, and this. So this will be the A1 area. A1 area is simple, it will be that PM into this will be delta 1 minus delta naught. This is the A1 area. Okay, area under the this mechanical power curve. Then this is the A2 area. This one is the A2 area. A2 area follows, A2 area is under the curve, that another post fault P delta curve. So the post fault P delta curve is E into V x dash. So you will write, you will first calculate what is E V x dash. So that I call at, that I am calling at P max, P max 1, P max 1, and this, and the green one as P max 0. Okay, so this P max 1 into P max 1 a sine delta, P max 1 sine delta, sine delta, from where to where? From where to where? I have to integrate this P max sine delta from delta 1 to delta max, the angle which you have to calculate, delta max. Delta max, the angle which you have to calculate. So from delta 1 to delta max, d delta, d delta. Okay, so delta 1 you will already find by this equation, and you know the delta 1, you know the delta 1, you know the delta 0, you know the PM, that is 1 per unit, you know the P max. Now by integrating, you have to integrate, just you have to put you have to find this delta max here, delta max. Okay, okay,
Yes, sir.
hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now the problem 6 is saying if the breakers in this problem 5 opens later than 3 cycle, means beyond 3 cycle, means it is getting delayed and it is opening beyond 3 cycle. So means delta, if the beyond 3 cycle, means you have to calculate suppose delta. So if it is if it is opening beyond 3 cycle after the fault comes, determine the critical clearing time. Determine the, you have to determine the critical clearing time, means what can be the critical clearing time. Okay, what can be the critical clearing time, so that, here you see, hello,
Yes, sir.
able to hear me? Here you have to see, suppose I let it be, this be the critical clearing time, delta cr, delta cr, means at this critical clearing time, at this critical clearing time, your uh, your A1 area and A2 area becomes equal, means A1 area and A2 area becomes equal, and beyond that critical clearing time, beyond that critical clearing time, means if it is opens here, then you see the A1 area will be greater than A2 area. It means the machine will the machine will not return back to its stable mode, and it will be unstable, leads to instability. Okay, hello,
Yes, sir.
okay, machine will lead to be lead to instability. So you have to calculate this delta cr. Okay, and one thing more, this delta max, just a second, in the problem number 2 is told, Yeah. Okay. So yeah, got okay. So see, in this question, you have to calculate this delta critical. Are you able to understand? So if earlier in the 3 cycle the fault got cleared, means at delta 1 the fault got cleared, so the machine will go up to this area only, means this area A1, means it will cover the machine operating point. The machine will go deaccelerate so that this area is equal to this area, so it may not go to this point. Okay, it may go to up to here, and that the delta max you have to find. Delta max may not be at this point. delta max Delta max may be at this point, that you have, that you will find in the previous problem. That delta max means at delta max, this A1 area and A2 area, means A1 area at delta 1, at A1 area and A2 area will get equal. That you, from there you will get delta max. Now see, you have the maximum deaccelerating area possible. Maximum deaccelerating area possible is up to here. Maximum deaccelerating area possible is up to here. You cannot go beyond this. You cannot go beyond this. Okay, this is the maximum deaccelerating area is you have. Now what is the possibility, means how much circuit breaker should, how much times it should get to clear the fault? Beyond that, if it get clear the fault, the machine is going to be unstable. Okay, so what
Okay.
is the maximum permissible value of circuit breaker should be allowed or should be designed so that it should clear the fault before that? Are you able to understand me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so how we will find? So we will find that let the machine gets clear the fault at delta cr. Okay, delta cr, and at delta cr, this area, now you have this area, now you have this much accelerating area. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have this much accelerating area, and let this much area be the deaccelerating area. This much area be the deaccelerating area. Then you have to calculate, you have to find the value. Now you know this value is already known. This value is known. How much is this value? Can you say me? Because this value, you
Yeah,
see,
every time we're finding the area under the curve, right? Like under the graph,
yes,
basically.
yes, 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 exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
Area under curve.
sir, one question, sir. For the first case, we're finding from delta 0 to delta 1, right?
Okay, yeah, yeah, yes,
So,
yes, yes,
sir, when we're finding from delta 0 to delta 1,
yeah,
the green line is for the pre-fault circuit, right? Like that's the
yeah.
um,
But you see, what we are doing, the fault, the area which we are finding for A1. A1 is the this
yeah,
one area we will find.
yeah,
Okay, the area under the mechanical power, because
yeah.
this line is the mechanical power line. The mechanical power when exceeds that, accelerate the machine. So area under the mechanical power you will find.
Okay.
Okay, that will be the rectangle you will get. Now next deacceleration is going to happen because of the electrical power. So this curve is basically the electrical power curve. This curve is basically the electrical power curve. So we will find the
Uh,
area under the electrical power curve, which is
Sir,
excess of the mechanical
the
power.
delta zero.
Yes,
Sir, the delta zero is on the the power the red line is the mechanical power, right?
yes,
Okay, so sir, the basically the 2 points we are calculating is from S0 to S1 in the mechanical power under everything under the mechanical power line, right?
yes, yes.
For the first case, and that's basically sir. What is the value? What are we finding for delta 0 to delta 1? That's the area under the graph is giving us what exactly, sir? Here,
Accelerating area. It is giving us the accelerating area.
accelerating area. Okay,
Why
so
accelerating area? Because electrical power has fall down. The accelerating
yeah,
area is Pm minus Pe. So electrical
okay,
power has become zero, and the mechanical power you are feeding, that is one
okay,
per unit. You haven't stopped the mechanical power, so rotor will accelerate.
yeah,
Okay, so that the area will which you will find under the this mechanical power curve, you will get the accelerating, how much machine is going to accelerate. Okay,
okay, sir.
that should be equal to the deaccelerating area. What will be the deaccelerating area? The excess,
Uh,
the excess power beyond the mechanical power, the excess
okay,
area you are getting beyond the mechanical area. Okay, so this one you are
yeah,
able to see this one. Which one? This one. You are able to see my cursor?
yes, sir.
Yes, this area. So actually, one thing I told something I told wrong. This area minus you have to do by mechanical area PM not.
Okay,
Okay, this you have to minus. You have to subtract, na. You have to subtract this one. You have to subtract also.
sir. Which one is exactly we have to subtract? The one that's above all of it, or the one after the
See, you
the
when
purple
you
line?
will find, let me tell you, when you will find integration of P max sine delta from
Yeah,
delta 1 to delta max, you will
yeah,
get this value. You will get, suppose you will get this whole value. Then you have to
okay,
subtract this value. Na? You have to subtract this value. Okay. For
uh,
the first case, for the question
okay,
number four, I am telling. Means fifth I am telling.
okay, okay, okay.
Understood?
Sir,
This
you're
this
saying you
much
have to
area you have to subtract it. Okay. Yes, tell me.
sir, that point, from which point, I mean, sir, how do
Let
we
me
know?
redraw this figure. It's
Yeah,
becoming
correct, sir.
very clumsy. Let me redraw this figure in the my
Yeah,
OneNote. Visible? My screen is visible.
yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, we have already here this. So this is the brief point where the fault occurred. Let it be
Okay,
delta zero. This is the point where the fault occurred. Okay.
yes,
Now
sir.
after three cycle, the fault get cleared. Let delta one where the fault get cleared.
Okay, sir.
Let delta one will be angle at which rotor angle basically rotor angle at which fault get cleared.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so
Yeah,
at delta angle let it be this much. So the machine accelerate by this area. Machine accelerate by this area. Okay.
yes, sir.
Now the fault get cleared. Now the fault get cleared. Machine will deaccelerate. Machine will jump to this position, and we have possible deaccelerating area is this much. This is the possible deaccelerating area, which is maybe greater or maybe less depending upon the delta 1.
Okay,
Okay, so in the previous question told that it all get cleared in 3 cycle. So you will
yeah,
find according to the what is the delta 1 according to the 3 cycle.
yes,
Okay, now if the 3 cycle happens, we will find this what is the now accelerating area. We already got. Now the accelerating area is a1, and a1 value is basically a1 is equal to pm naught, that is 1 per unit, delta 1 minus delta 0. This is the accelerating area we know. Now the
yeah,
same amount of deaccelerating area is required.
yeah,
Okay, so maybe we can cover the deaccelerating at here only. May the so let delta max be here. Okay, now you have to find this much, this area you have to find. Okay.
Sir, what is the point delta max exactly?
Delta
That's
max is
my.
actually they found na ki at which the machine will go deaccelerating at what maximum point, what will be the maximum rotor angle at which the machine will deaccelerate. Okay, so
Okay, sir.
machine, when the fault get cleared, the machine will be at this point, it will deaccelerate, it will go to the at what maximum angle. So it will go up to the let this go to the maximum angle such that the A1 area is got completed. Means up to the same amount of A1 area. Okay,
Okay, sir.
understood. So let I call
Yeah.
it be that be the delta max. So at this much, let this much A2, this much area, the A1 and A2 becomes equal. At delta max, the A1 A2 becomes equal. And that what is A2? A2 is basically integration of P P. Here P is greater. Here P is greater.
Yeah.
So here PE1, PE2. You write. Let this be this curve be PE1, and this curve be PE2. So PE2 minus PM naught. This you have to integrate. This is the A2. Okay,
And
understood?
okay, sir. And the point will be from delta one to SM, right?
Delta M, not SM. Delta 1 to delta M.
Sorry, yeah, delta M. Sorry, delta one to delta M.
The limit will be
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
delta 1 to delta M.
Okay.
Okay,
Sir, it's basic calculus
understood?
actually. Yeah,
Yes, yes,
this is
understood.
calculus actually. Yeah,
Yeah, calculus. It's calculus. Area under the curve.
yeah, yeah.
Area under the
Understood, sir.
delta. Now the another question tells there is extension of this same question. That's question number 6. Telling that let the fault is not cleared at 3 cycle. It is cleared beyond 3 cycle. So what should be the maximum clearance time so that the machine is our stable? That you have to find. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let the machine the let I have to find this delta critical. Let I call it at critical clearing angle. Okay, so
Yeah.
this is suppose this part is moving. This part is moving. So our maximum permissible, now the maximum permissible uh, uh, deaccelerating area, the maximum permissible up to here it can go. We know this value. What will be the this value? Can you tell me what is the this value? How can you calculate this angle, this point?
This angle. So this is the place where the uh, basically the curve intersects with the PM, right?
Yes, that at that point the power is equal to 1 per unit. So you will put
Yeah.
again the value, this P.
So
P
we can't find this geometrically, like if so not geometrically,
Yeah, this
sorry,
this
with the
value, this,
calculation.
if you know, if you got this angle,
Yeah,
this point
we can
and
get
this
the
point
two
is
roots,
same.
right, sir?
So actually this, yeah, I'm telling you, this
Yeah,
value, if you got, suppose this value you have already, but we haven't calculated this value. So if
yeah,
you have calculated this value, so this value, you if you have got delta, then this will be 180 minus delta, pi minus delta. Okay,
wait, sir, I'm a little bit confused, sir. How did you find the second point?
this is pi, this is pi,
Yeah,
and this is symmetrical. Na, sine curve is symmetrical. So if it
yeah.
is, this one is delta, so this will be pi minus delta.
Okay, okay, yeah.
Understood? So we know this point. So just we have to find this point, delta CR.
Okay, sir.
We have to find this point. So again we will equate this angle. Again we will this equate A1 is equal to A2. Okay. So what will be
Yeah,
the A1? What will be the A1? Now A1 will be PM naught delta CR minus delta naught. Okay.
yeah,
And what will be the this angle A2? A2 will be now again integration from PE minus Pm naught from delta Cr to delta, no, delta pi minus delta
Mm.
to up to pi
No, so
minus.
in all cases, A1 will be equal to A2.
Yeah, this is the equilibrium criteria we have, which
Okay.
we have proved in the previous classes.
Okay, okay. So in any case, even if it's taking more than 3 cycles, A1 will be equal to A2.
I will tell you. I will tell you the three. Yeah, yeah.
Sir,
Yes, always,
your
always,
voice is cut off.
always, always. Okay. Now you see when you will trying to solve these equations. First, try sub. I will request you to first try these questions and solve this equation. So you will find some difficulty in solving this equation
Okay.
because mathematically, because like some equation will come sine, some sine delta plus some again delta, some again delta is equal to something numerical, something, suppose some numerical value 0.576, like that you will get, and delta you have to find. How to find solve
Okay.
this equation? Can you solve?
Uh, mm, okay.
It's trigonometry means algebraic equation, non-linear algebraic equation. So how to solve this type of
So
equation?
I remember
So
I did this before, but I just forgot how to solve it.
yes, yes,
In maths, in maths we
yes.
took how to solve this. I just forgot how to solve it.
Yeah, but actually, these equations we can solve by Newton-Raphson, by numerical methods. We cannot solve by any like simple methods by calculus or something like that. We have to solve this by
Okay, so
numerical.
we can use
But
Newton
but
Raphson.
yeah, but here we but for exam you don't have so much time to solve this. So how?
Okay.
But if you put in the
Uh,
calculator also gives the value. There is a in the 991 ms calculator, es calculator, you see there is
uh,
a button to solve.
okay, sir. 1 second, I'll just check.
Oh, yeah.
1 second.
Calculate and solve, there is the same one button, it's you can perform two things, one by shift where you can solve, and then another is calculate. Is it there? Have you seen?
Sir, can you share your show me
Hello,
where? Yes,
voice
sir.
is
Can
again
you,
not audible. Hello.
1 second, sir. I'll just. Uh, sir, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
So I'm saying, can you just show me the calculator how to solve it properly, like with the calculator?
Yeah, just a second, just a second, let me, where is my bag?
So I can send you a picture of my calculator, and you can just tell me the key. I think.
Yeah, can you see this? It's actually this button. Can you see this button? This one?
Uh,
This one?
yeah, solve, sir.
Yeah, solve. So how you use this? But you see, the problem is that you can use this, but the problem is that they give only one value of delta. This calculator
Okay.
gives only one value, but there can be two to three value, and also you have to select, means the actual answer can be any one of the value only, not all the three values are the actual answers.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Only but the problem is only one value they give. So do you know Wolfram alpha?
Which one, sir?
Wolfram alpha.
No, sir. I haven't heard of this. What is?
Wolfram, on the Wolfram alpha, you can solve the equation, any type of equation. This you just Google. There is a Wolfram alpha. So there you can solve any type of equation. They give all the values of the delta.
Sir, but during the exam, it will be hard to use this, right?
Why?
Uh, do you need the internet to calculate it, sir?
Yes.
Do you
Pardon?
need the internet, right, to calculate?
Yes. Yeah. So they
Well,
do not allow.
yes, sir. We're not allowed internet during the exam.
Okay. Okay. So then you have to do then numerical programming, because the answers they give, they just the calculator which give the answers may not be maybe redundant for the answer. It gives only one answer, one of the value of the delta. But what I have checked. Okay. That's why this is the problem. Otherwise you have to give go through the numerical Newton-Raphson method, and it's very long. So
So there's no way of doing Newton-Raphson in the calculator a bit faster.
no, no, no.
Uh,
Actually, that is the value putting. Yeah, you can solve it uh, fast by calculator, but there is not just in one step you can get to the answer.
oh,
This is the problem. This is the
yeah.
problem. Just try to solve. If you face, then we will sort out something. How you can solve the one. Just try to solve these questions and
Yeah.
reach me out if you're where you face the difficulties. Okay.
So this sine delta plus delta is equal to zero
And
point
this
five
type
six
of
six.
equation you will get. I'm not telling sine only. They will sign something like sine or cos, sine and cos, and then angle, and then some numerical value like that. And you have to find the angle, that critical angle. You have to find. This type of equation at the end of simplifying, this type of equation you will get.
Sir, in the calculator, if you're doing it, it will only give you one value.
Yes, this you can saw. You can see. You can check out and tell. I will tell you how to put that value. Just you see, uh,
Yeah.
by putting use the alpha method. Like you have to put sine delta. Put the calculus.
Okay.
Put your calculator in the mode of radian mode, not in degree mode. First, put the your calculator in the radian mode. Then
Okay, sir.
then put the sine. Then alpha. Put x bracket close, then plus, then again alpha x, then minus, then equated to 0.576, 0.576. It's yeah, this
Uh,
equation got. Then you have to solve, then shift, solve, solve for it will come, solve for x, solve for x, then do the press the equal to sign. You wait for some time, and you will get the answer.
sir,
See
one
this
second, sir. Sine x plus wait one.
alpha, put the value, put the alpha button, then put x, then you can put the x.
Yeah, I put x, sir, already, but sir, sine x plus x, right?
See this type of thing you will
One
get.
second, sir. It's plus x. Sir, and then minus.
Minus,
You're
yeah.
putting 0.5. Yeah.
Yeah, after putting
Mm.
this, put shift and solve, put shift and then press solve, solve that calci and so, okay, that button you press.
And then you put press equal, right, sir?
Not, you do not have to press equal. You put shift, solve, and then equal, then equal.
Yeah. And sir, it's giving me x is equal to and L minus R is equal to 0.
Now L minus I'll use left, just see the x is equal to that value will be the one of the answer of the x, but it
Okay.
has three value. Let me solve. Let me see. Let me show you how to solve in the Wolfram Alpha. Let me say show you. Let me share my screen. Full screen.
Sir, there, if you go into equation, if you go into, if you press mode and you go number 5, there is one thing, it's called equation.
Yeah, but there in that you have yeah, linear variable, then square, quadratic, and then cubic. Beyond that, you cannot solve.
Okay. Because it has one setting said it's ANX plus BNY is equal to CN.
That is you can see anx y is equal to c1. That is which three variable equation, na? Linear three variable
Yeah.
equation. One is two variable equation, another is three variable, then square, then quadratic. This one is four types of equation you can solve. You cannot solve non-linear algebraic. For non-linear algebraic, you need to go to numerical methods of programming.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Wolfram Alpha. It's very anything you can solve. So like solve, I will write solve. Okay, and this write just equation sin x plus x minus was it was 0.576. Let me write.
So there's no way you can directly solve this equation with the
Yes,
calculator.
yes.
So I'm saying there's no other calculator we can directly solve this equation,
Your
right?
voice is again became low.
Can you hear me, sir? Hello.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
So I'm asking, there's no other calculator where we can directly
Again,
solve this
again,
equation.
your voice became low.
Hello. Sir, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. Now I can hear you.
So I'm saying there's no other calculator we can use to solve this like in one step.
I didn't don't think so. Actually, then you will require then some programmable calculator.
Okay, sir. Hmm. In India, they allow you, like, if you're taking final exams, they allow you to use the internet for
Actually, see, in the exams, if there is only theory like paper and pencil exam where they allow only use of this calculator, this non-programmable calculator, then
yeah.
they will set the value, numerical value, in such a way then that you can solve it easily.
Okay.
Okay. You do not need calculator, or you can simply solve by using that calculator. Otherwise they
Okay.
can give then they will allow the laptop open book exam, and you can use the laptop also to solve this.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just a second. Yeah, see, yeah, I got this value. Yeah, see, this value it got curve also, and we got this value x is equal to minus like this minus 1.57 57 like this. Okay, so actually this
Yeah.
sometimes calculator may not give the correct value also.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, like that. This is the, So depends upon how your question comes in the exam. Okay, it may be that they may frame question such way that they can you can solve it easily. Okay,
Okay.
but I what I say saw in book that you need this the way to solve this non-linear algebraic equation. Okay, so let us try first do the question yourself and see whether you can solve or not. Okay,
Yeah.
otherwise you can use or just practice. You can use this Wolfram Alpha website to see. Okay, okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, now see one thing more, one more thing I want to tell you. Suppose the fault occurs at the bus number this bus number 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so now during the fault, if the bus number 3, the fault occurs at bus number 3. Now during the fault also the power can be transferred from one to from generator to the infinite bus. Are you able to
Yeah.
get? Hello,
Yes. Yes,
hello.
sir. Can you hear? Yeah.
Your voice is becoming so sometimes becoming very low.
Can you hear me, sir, now?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
yeah. In this case, you see we have three power delta curve. Why three? Because during the fault also power is getting transferred. So at what curve it is getting transferred? That the equivalent reactance you have to find. So there are three post fault also the equivalent reactance. Sorry, pre fault also the equivalent reactant. During fault also another equivalent reactance, and post fault another equivalent reactance. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's why there will be three power delta curve. So this type of question can also be also come three power delta curve. Okay,
Yes, sir.
understood. So this is how we see how much power delta curve can be there. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now come to the power flow. That is the Gauss-Seidel and Newton-Raphson method. Okay, let us where we have started. Yeah, this. So you know how to found the Y matrix. Have you understood how to found the Y matrix?
Sir, the Y matrix. I remember for the Y matrix, you have to divide one over the um,
Yeah, see,
admittance, right?
we were actually what we were doing in the load flow analysis, we were modeling the network. Okay,
Yeah.
and why we are doing load flow analysis? Load flow analysis we were doing it is important for the power system planning. It is important to design the circuit breaker. No, circuit breaker is for the circuit breaker design we do fault analysis, but load flow analysis is used to design the transmission lines, used to design the power system planning, which areas should be how much transmission lines should be connected, how much bus bars should be there. So all overall for transmission line planning, for security analysis, for so many things. The load flow analysis is being done. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. For that, what we do? For that, what we do? We model our network. We model the transmission lines because the transmission lines power system network is quite complex network connected. It's some of your generators, transmission lines, and number of loads. Okay, so we model the
Yes.
transmission line. We model the net generators. We model the load. How load can be represented. Okay, so we have seen that generators are represented as complex power sources. Loads are also represented as complex power demand. So sources means injection. Okay, you are inserting something, you are injecting something in the bus. Okay, demands mean load means you are getting taking out some power. That's why it's demand. So in the for the sake of convention, we will write the when it is a generator, when it is injection, we'll write positive. Okay, when the power is injected into the bus, we'll write positive. So injection
Yes,
is
sir.
treated as positive and demand is treated as negative. This you will remember.
Yeah.
Okay. Another
Yes, sir.
transmission line we use, we are there we so I've told you that transmission line has three modeling. One is short transmission, medium transmission, long. So
Yeah.
short transmission, we are using because so we are assuming that's medium transmission line. So in medium transmission line also we have two types of modeling, like T network and pi network. So here we will use pi network modeling. Okay.
Yes,
And
sir.
with series admittance and half line charging admittance, because see pi in the pi model the transmission line is modeled like this. Okay. Okay, so this is the series admittance in the y form, in the y, because see this is the this is the impedance, so inverse of the impedance is admittance. So we'll write everything, we are writing in the admittance form. So
Yeah.
this is the admittance, series admittance, and this is line charging admittance. This is coming because of the capacitance, and this is coming
Yeah.
because the inductance of the line.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
And if the
Yeah.
in the question they may give you impedance of the line, that you impedance you have to convert in the admittances. How you will be converting? Just do the reciprocal of it. You will get some this real value. If the transmission line has resistance also, so it will be like that. You will get this value, you will get some real value and some imaginary value. So imaginary value called subsubstance. Okay, imaginary value called subsubstance. And when you change this value, when you change these things, you can get this value, that is y in theta form, r theta form. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Okay, so so this v is this value which you are writing here, this is value basically is this value basically is subsubstance by 2. This value basically is susceptance by 2. That's why we're calling it half line charging admittance. That's why we are calling it half line charging admittance. Okay, understood? Because in
Yes,
some
sir.
questions, some value is coming. Uh, just omega c, like c can be given, like b, sometimes b can be given, some like y by yik by 2 can be given, like that. So we have
Yeah.
taken the example of this network example. Okay, that I have, which I have shown you. So but just what we are writing, we are writing the volt injection at each bus, we are writing injection. Injection means how much power it's going inside. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so any bus where your any bus, on any bus, that generator can also be connected, load can also be connected, generator and load both can be connected. Okay, so on any bus, if the net power is positive, net p or q is positive, that it means generating is more, means it is basically basically we call it a exporting bus, means it's injection is more than the demand. But when it's p or q is negative on any bus, net p and q is negative, it's called importing bus. Okay,
Yes, sir.
it's called importing bus. Okay, and you see everything what we are writing, so the information of each bus. So what for from the load flow analysis, what we are going to find, what we are going to find in this. we are going to find, see, we every bus now see let this be an example of your small power system network, which has three generator, G1, G2 and G3, and we have four demands, four generator and four load, four generator and four load, four bus
Yeah.
power system. This is the four bus power system, and on each bus, there is a generator as well as load is present. Okay, generator as well as load is present. Okay, are you able to hear me? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you hear me, sir? Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So see, on each bus, generator as well as load is both the generator as well as load is present. Now each bus is connected to each other. Each bus is connected to each other by a transmission line.
Yeah.
Okay, like bus number 1 and 4 is connected by Y14, bus number 1 and 2 is connected by Y12, like that means it is interconnected. So when we are connecting some generator and loads, the power will flow according to the physics.
Okay.
So, and how the power flows? How the power flows? Power flows. This is AC power, not just DC. There is DC power. DC power flows because of the voltage difference.
Okay.
Okay, and we have just DC power only single. There is no question of when DC sources, suppose DC battery sources are connected, DC sources are connected. So DC power flow because of the voltage difference from higher voltage to lower voltage. There is no any other physics. Higher voltage to where there is a higher voltage and there is another voltage, another lower voltage. From there, the from higher to lower, the power will flow. That is DC power for DC power. And in DC power, there is only active power, no any reactive power, no any reactive component.
Okay.
But when
Okay,
the
sir.
sources are AC, when the sources are AC, now how power will flow? Power flows. So there will be power flows because maybe because of voltage difference, maybe because of angle difference also, maybe because of
Okay.
angle difference also, and and there can be active as well as reactive power also. Okay, and because of all this scenario, the voltage at each bus will be changed. What can be the voltage at each bus, and the voltage will be complex quantity. Now complex quantity means the voltage will have magnitude as well as angle also.
Okay.
Okay, so from load flow analysis, what we are finding the voltage of each bus, because when we know the voltage of each bus, when we know the voltage of each bus, we can find what is the power flowing through that bus.
Yes.
Okay, we can find it. So so if I find the what is the voltage of each bus, so this is the only requirement. I mean, through the load flow analysis we are finding the voltage of each bus accurately. Okay, we
Yeah.
may not, we are not, means initially we are not knowing the voltage because we are connecting the demand sources and demands and the loads at the different buses. But what is the voltage of that bus after the connection, after the connection gets happened, completed?
Yeah.
What is basically the voltage of each bus? That we do not know.
Okay,
We
sir.
find that from the load flow studies, from the load flow analysis. And
Okay.
when we got the information of the voltage of each buses accurately, then everything is, then other studies we do. What is the load flowing, how much is the losses, what is the total injection, means everything can be done.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is the requirement. So for that, this is actually simple. This is only, you can say, this is the circuit analysis, simple circuit theory, but in the AC form. And our network is very very complex.
Okay.
Okay, so load flow analysis is basically a circuit theory, network theory problem, but on the AC form, and network is also quite complex. So see, so what we are doing here, just we are writing like in the voltage. So see, like we write current when V1 path is given, and between two voltage resistance is there. So current flowing. So I can write the current flowing from V1 to V2 is given as V1 minus V2 divided by R. Means current only flows with the potential difference divided by the impedance. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So so what we are doing, we are writing just inject. Suppose at bus 1, at bus 1, at bus 1, your this generator, the SG1, is giving current IG1, and your load is taking out ID1. Your load is taking out ID1. So total injection I1. So I'm writing total injection. How much is the total injection? So our total injection I can write IG1 minus ID1 on this
Yeah.
bus. Okay. So
Yeah.
this I1. So where when I will write I1, I2, I3, that should be understood as the net current injected into the bus. So if I write I1, it means injected current into bus 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which is equal to, means this I1 is equal to, suppose then I1 is equal to, suppose some current flows from 1 to 2, flows in this direction, some current is flowing in this direction. So this I1 from the Kirchhoff current law KCL, I can write this I1 is equal to I12 plus I14, like that. I12 plus I14, can I write like that?
Yes.
Tell me. Okay, and I12 I can write like I12 is equal to this. Some current can flows in the charging because of the pi model we have assumed, and some current can flow in this direction. So I12 I can write I12 dash and I12 double dash. Okay,
Yeah.
hello,
Yes,
clear?
sir.
And
Yeah.
similarly I14 I can write I14 dash and I14 double dash.
Yeah.
Okay, so putting all these values I'm writing, putting all these values I'm writing. See, I12 I can write as I12 dash. I12 dash I can write as I1. How much I12 dash? Because I can say the voltage at bus 1. Let the voltage at bus 1 be V1, voltage at bus 2 be V2, voltage at bus 3 be V3, and voltage at bus 4 be V4. Okay. So what I can write? I know the voltage at bus 1 be V1. So in the terms of V1, I can write what I can write? The I12 dash. I can write V1 into Y12 dash divided by 2. This line charging reactance, this line charging admittance. Okay,
Yeah.
so I have written this I12, I have written this one. Can I write like this?
Yeah.
Similarly, I12 double dash, I12 double dash I can write this current, this voltage minus this voltage into this admittance. Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's I have written V1 minus V2 into Y12. Similarly, I14 this current I can write V1 into Y14 divided by 2. V1 into Y14 divided by 2. This can I write? Tell me.
Mm. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, this current I can write Y14 as Y1 minus Y4 into Y14. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I can write this. What I am doing, taking V1 common, V2 common, taking V1, V2, V3 all common. Okay, so
Okay.
V1 is coming here, V1 is coming here, V1 is coming here, V1 is coming here. So I can take common V1. So I will get V1. If I take V1 common from all this, I can get V1 2 dash by 2, V1 4 dash by 2, this V1 2 Y1. Sorry, Y1 2, not this way. Y1 2 dash by 2, Y1 4 dash by 2, Y1 2, Y1 4 into V1. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Similarly, if I take V2 common, V2 is coming only in this part. So I can write minus 1 2 minus Y12 into V2. Okay,
Yeah.
V3 is not coming anywhere, so I'm writing 0 into V3. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and similarly, I'm taking common V4, so I can write this coming in only this part. So minus Y14 into V4. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So what I'm calling it, this whole thing I'm calling it Y11. This whole thing I'm
Okay.
calling it Y11. This one I'm calling it Y12. This I'm calling Y13. This I'm calling it Y14. Okay. And now I'm defining Y11. Y11 is equal to Y11 is basically what? Basically what? Total admittance is connected to bus 1. Total admittances connected to bus 1. Is it not
Okay.
Y11? This one is the total admittances connected to one bus 1. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Bus 1. This bus, how many admittances connected? This admittance, this admittance, this admittance, and this admittance. If you sum all, if you sum all, what you will get? Will you not get this part? Tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now other part, you see other part of the equation, this y12, y13, y14, they are just we call it negative value of series admittances connected to bus 1 and 2. Means this is negative of the value connected between bus 1 and 2, this 1 and 3, this 1 and 4. Okay.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
So this you see, similarly I1 I have written in this form. Similarly I2 I can also write, I3 I can also write, because there are four buses. So for all the buses I can write the injection. Tell me, for
Yes.
all the buses can I write the injections na in the same fashion, in the same fashion, in the same manner.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the this matrix, in the this matrix I can write. So I have just, these are the injection, these are the bus injection.
Okay.
Okay, this is the bus injection, and this matrix we got, this is called Y bus matrix. This
Okay.
is called Y bus matrix, and these are the bus voltages V1, V2, V3, V4 is the bus voltages. So if n bus power system is there, then n injection will be there, and Y bus matrix will be of the form n cross n matrix, and n buses voltage. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, understood. Similarly, suppose I want to write the injection of any ith bus.
Yeah.
I want to write the injection of any ith bus. This was the bus 1 injection. So for ith bus, I can write here as yi is equal to this will be the yi1 into v1, yi2 into v2, yi3 into v3, dot 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 yii into vi plus dot 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 yin into vn. Okay.
Okay.
Or
Yes, sir.
in the summation form I can write ii is equal to summation of yik into vk from k to n. This you have to remember, this thing is very important.
Yeah.
This summation part, you can understand that many thing it comes here. Okay, this is very important.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
understood the y bus.
Yeah.
Okay, so some characteristic of y bus we have seen, that characteristic that y is a sparsity matrix. Sparsity means, because see, if you analyze, if you analyze the bus, y bus, what information does it gives? So you see there is diagonal elements and there is off diagonal elements. The diagonal
Yeah.
elements are basically, hello,
Yes, sir.
yeah, able to hear me?
Yeah.
The diagonal elements are basically the elements connected on that bus. Some of the elements collected on that buses, like Y11.
Okay.
All the sum of the admittances connected on one bus. Y22 is the sum of all the admittances connected on bus 2. Y33, sum of all the admittances connected on bus 3, on the bus 3. Similarly for Y4, sum of the
Yeah.
all the admittances connected on bus 4. And this off diagonal element, see the off diagonal elements will, this element and this element will be same, there will be the mirror image. This is the mirror, the green is the mirror, and this will be the mirror image, means y12 will be equal to y21. Why y12 will be
Mhm.
equal to y21? Because it's the series admittances, na, it is the negative of the series admittances. So whether you call it y12 or one y21, means line joining from one bus 1 to 2 or bus 2 to 1, it's same, na.
Yeah.
Huh? That's why
Yes.
these admittances and these admittances are same. Okay,
Yeah.
y12, y13, y14. So these are basically these off diagonal elements. Basically the I can say the y bus matrix consists of two types of elements. One is diagonal elements, another is off diagonal elements. So off diagonal elements are basically what, they are the, they are the series and negative of the series admittances between that buses, between that bus, like y12 is the bus 1 and 2. And if there is no line between 1 and 2, suppose if there is no line existing between 1 and 2, then that element is basically going to be 0. Okay,
Okay,
hello,
sir.
okay.
Yeah.
Let's suppose there is no
Yeah.
line between bus 2 and 3, then y23 and y32 both will be 0.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
in the power system, it's not like that all the buses are connected to each other.
Yeah.
It's not like that all the buses are connected to each other. So if that there is no line existing, suppose no line existing between some bus, then that element is 0. That's why it's a sparsity matrix. A sparsity matrix means most of the elements are 0. Okay.
Okay.
And another
Okay.
important feature is square matrix, and next symmetric matrix. Symmetric means it's mirror image about the diagonal, and if you perform the transform of this matrix, then you will get the same value.
So, one question.
Hello, yes,
Can you hear me?
no, your voice is not coming clearly.
Can you hear me now, sir?
Yeah,
So I was saying, like 2 days ago, we were talking about the ABCDs of lines. That's the
ABCD.
basic.
Yeah, let me tell you. Yeah, yeah, just a second. Mhm. What happened to this? ABCD parameters. Okay. So
Yeah.
in the circuit theory, have you study about two port network?
Two pole
Hello,
network. Yeah.
yeah, you studied.
Yeah. I think so, sir. Yeah.
In two port networks, there are Z parameters, Y parameters, H parameters, ABCD parameters.
Okay.
Studied,
Okay.
studied
Sir, I
about
just
this.
remember in the midterm he brought something like ABCD parameters for the short line, medium line, and long
No, no,
line.
no, no, not in this. In the power system, in the circuit theory, in the in the paper, in the in some of the semesters, in the previous semesters, you may have studied about the network analysis or like some things I like circuit theory or like something like that. Sub courses have you done about circuit analysis like that?
Sir, I've done it, but like probably a long time ago. That's why I don't remember.
Yeah. So in that there is a topic called two port network.
Okay.
Okay. So in two-port network, what we do, there is something sending. You do not know inside what is this,
Okay.
the black box.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know what you are sending and what you are receiving.
Okay.
Okay, what you are sending. Sending means you know the sending in voltage and sending in current. Means
Yeah.
Vs. You know what is Vs, what is Is, And similarly, you know what is VR? What is VR, you know? Mhm. What is VR, you know? What, and what is IR, you know? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So depending upon the relationship between them, means how the VS, IS, VR, IR, they all are related. We classify this network, means we are something, we are sending something else, we are receiving, means sending in current, we are sending current and voltage, and some different voltage and current we are receiving. Okay, and inside that black box something like that, anything can be happen, so we do not know inside the black box what it is there, but we know the equation, mathematical equation, the mathematical relationship between is isvs and vrir. Okay, so if something related in some, so depending upon that we categorize in the four or five way. One is z parameters, y parameters, H parameters. H parameters is actually used in electronics. The transistors are represented in H parameters. You can modulate transistors in H parameters. And another is ABCD parameters, which we use for the transmission line parameters. It's called, also called transmission line parameters, because in the transmission line we know the sending in current and sending in voltage. We know the sending in sorry, receiving in current and receiving in voltage. So this black box, I'm not interested what is happening inside the transmission line. So this black box can be addressed as ABCD parameters, because as this ABCD parameters, so I can replace, if I know, hello, yeah, if I know if I know the ABCD parameters, I can just remove the transmission line, and I can work on the this mathematical I can just replace the transmission line with this mathematical equation. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if the transmission line is short transmission line, then we can model that short transmission line, the ABCD parameters. If it is medium transmission line, in
Yeah.
pi model, P model, both can be formed in the transmission line parameters, ABCD parameters. So basically, what is there? We know VS, IS is equal to A, B, C, D, VR, IR. Okay, and we find according to the relationship, means Vs is related as A into Vr plus B into IR, like that. And similarly is related as uh, C into Vr plus D into IR, like this. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and we solve and we find different a, what is the value of A, B, C, and D. Like for transmission line, if you solve for the transmission line, hello,
Yes, sir.
yeah, for the transmission line you will solve, you will find the value of A, B, C, uh, uh, all equals to like 1, like that. For pi you will find different, something like something age, yeah, sorry, short transmission line, A you will find as 0, like sorry, A as z, B, C, and D equal to 1, like that. Okay,
Yeah.
hello. So like that we
Yes,
solve
sir.
and find. So this is the ABCD parameters. So can you just you see, if my transmission line is like that. Okay, can you find here this ABCD parameters? Like this is C by 2, this value is, this is R, this is XL, this is XC by 2,